The superintendent of Yellowstone National Park is the steward of the headwaters of the West, is the steward of some of the wildest landscape on the planet, manages an ecosystem that goes from voles to grizzly bears, manages 4 million people who come to visit that place. He has to oversee this laboratory that is Yellowstone. He has to manage politics of 3 states and the interactions between multiple federal agencies. It's a daunting job to be superintendent of Yellowstone National Park.
I don't know how my dad does what he does. As far as I can tell, he has superpowers. And I think a lot of that comes from his passion, because he does this because he cares so much about the national parks and about the wildernesses. He does it with just this knowledge that if he can get that passion across to other people, surely they can find that correct solution or that middle ground. And he is one of the most impressive people that I know.
He's a very steady man. He's calm. He has a frustrating job, but he never looks like a frustrated person. He looks like somebody who enjoys the privilege of doing this impossible job to the best of his human ability for the American people, and then sleeping well at night.
He is the leader that you want for a park as important as Yellowstone.
Dan is a master of tackling tough problems and really bringing people together so that they can work on issues and get solutions to them. If you take a look at the plan for winter use in the park that Dan did shortly after he got there, is a prime example of how Dan brings folks together with differing opinions and move the issues forward, and Dan is a master at that.
Yellowstone is such a magical place. It's the best laboratory that exists when it comes to conservation. Anything in Yellowstone is controversial, and Dan is able to navigate that controversy, again, with really clear decision making, and I think everyone, after they connect with him, feels a little uplifted, even if they don't hear the answer that they want.
What has become clear is that he is a man of science, and that all his policies have been, and recommendations have been, informed by data and science. Over the past several years, he has always been most willing to meet with the students. So we're deeply grateful for many, many things, but especially for inspiring the next generation of student leaders and setting a role model and setting an example of what it means to be a public servant.
Yellowstone National Park is so fundamental to much of what we do. It's a magnet for students and for faculty to come to our university, and I think we enjoy a really good relationship with Yellowstone, and you know, Dan Wenk's leadership has been a major part of that.
His life, his career choices have been fueled and directed by the park system. He loves them dearly, and I think every career choice he's made has been based on his love for the park system.
I think that the biggest thing that other people could learn from my dad is really to find that passion and make the world a better place through that thing that you love.